Hello, welcome back to Read and Roam. I'm your host, Kaylin, and I can't believe that the year is already half over and we have officially wrapped up Q2 of 2025, and that can only mean one thing. Today I will be talking about my reading and book buying that I've done in the second quarter, which covers the months of April, May, and June. If you want to check out the other videos in this series, I will link them in the description box down below. The second quarter was a little bit bumpy on the reading side for me. After finishing Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, I kind of fell into a little bit of a reading slump, but my reading since June has skyrocketed. I've been getting a lot more reading done because I have my library summer reading program going on. My local bookstore is also doing a reading drink program. So I've been trying to make reading much more of a priority here in the past month. And while my reading has slowly gotten better over the quarter, my book buying has also exploded over the quarter. So let's talk a little bit more about my reading and book buying statistics for the second quarter. And here's what my book collection looks like in Libib. We have the updated 2025 reads. Right next to my collection name, we have this little number, which used to be 17 at the end of last quarter, and it is now up to 51. So here's a quick little scroll through of what my collections look like right now. Throughout the quarter, I completed 5 books, and I am still in the progress of reading 3. And the books are Who is Caitlin Clark, The Rainbow Fish, Saga Volume 12, Shark Summer, and Taken by Aaron Bowman. The books that I started but did not complete include Can You Survive the Zombie Apocalypse, Warren the 13th and the 13th Year Curse, and lastly, The Inheritance Games. So what does that mean for my annual reading goal? Well, we are right on track. So I have read a total of 13 out of 25 books. We are right on track to meet our goal at the end of the year. The books in the yellow area are the books that I'm in progress of, and hopefully I will complete them by the end of the year as well. And this is a new chart for this quarter that I'm including, and that is pages that I read per quarter. So in quarter 1, I read a total of 1,890 pages, and in the second quarter, I have read a total of 1,060 pages, and this does include the amount of pages that I read in The Inheritance Games, which was 34 pages, and Warren the 13th, which was 158 pages. But I do not have an exact page number for Can You Survive the Zombie Apocalypse because it is a choose your own adventure, so I am going to keep that number out of this statistic. So the next chart we have is the pages read chart, and it goes by each book. And the shortest book that I read in the second quarter was Rainbow Fish, coming in at a whopping 12 pages. And book 5, which was the longest book that I read, was Taken by Aaron Bowman at 384 pages. Next up is books I own versus library loans, and I didn't loan anything from the library this quarter, so that is why it is 100% own. Next up is format, and 4 books were paperback and only 1 was a hardback. Next up is when the books were published, and we have 1 book for 1999, 2013, and 2021, and then 2 books were released this year. Next up is the star rating chart, which is a little bit more on the disappointing side, as my average rating for the second quarter was 3.2 stars. I had 1 book that was 2.5 stars. I had 2 books that were 3 stars. I had 1 book for 3.5 and also 1 book for 4 stars. And my least favorite book, coming in at 2.5 out of 5 stars, was Saga Volume 12. I feel like the story just isn't hitting like it used to. I was like really excited about it, and I don't know if it's because of their big break between Volume 9 and 10, but I feel like that's kind of how it's just slowly slipping. I just really don't care for the characters anymore, and I feel like the storyline isn't going anywhere, and I'm just like, are we ever going to come to a conclusion in this story? And I just want it to be the end already, which is not a good sign. And I've also decided that the next volume that comes out, 13, whenever that may be, I am not purchasing it. I'm probably gonna go check it out at the library if my library has a copy, because I just didn't think it was worth the money that I spent on the book. So maybe an unpopular opinion, but volume 12, just not for me. However, my favorite book, even though it was 3.5 out of 5 stars, Taken by Erin Bowman. This book has been on my bookshelf since 2014, which is just insane to think that it's been on my shelf for that long and I'm just now getting to pick it up. But it's about a village where our main character, Gray Weathersby, his brother is turning 18. And what happens in this village, specifically, the boys that turn 18, they go poof, they like get sucked up into this light. It reminds me of like a spaceship light where, you know, the aliens suck you up. Our main character, Gray, goes looking for answers because they also in this village have this giant wall. And if you cross over this giant wall, you come back absolutely incinerated. You're burnt to a crispy crisp. And it kind of reminds me of like a Game of Thrones kind of Maze Runner type of thing of like, you don't go over the wall or whatever. But our main character does just that, and he wants to explore more of like what is going on in this society. Everyone is lying to him. There's a love triangle, instant love trope. This book was published in 2013, so you definitely get those YA dystopian vibes going through it, and it just made for a fun reading experience. So now that I've talked about my reading, let's get to my book buying stats. We are in the dashboard section and I have selected 2025 books collection, and as you can see I have 51 total items in this collection now. As you can see under unique items added by rolling year, I really did some damage in June and I added 23 books then, but I was also doing a lot of garage sailing and I was finding a lot of good book deals, so that's where a majority of them were added. If you scroll down by item type, you can see that the 51 items that I have added were all books. And if we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we have the pricing summary for all copies. And this is for the entire collection, not just the second quarter. But for the entire collection, we have gone up to $194.65. And for the second quarter, I spent $105.76. So I definitely feel like I am getting a good deal by buying a lot of my books secondhand, bargain sections, garage sales. Like this number definitely could be much more astronomical than what is on here. But yeah, that's how my reading and book buying went for the second quarter of this year for the months of April, May, and June. A lot more book buying than reading, so hopefully that will shift going into the third quarter and fall season. But let me know in the comment section down below how your reading year has been so far. Was quarter one better than quarter two? Have you been buying more books than reading them like me? Let me know. And anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next time for a new bookish video.